The boy hated eating peaches, but when no one was around, he secretly used a razor blade to scrape off the peach fuzz and collected it inside his pen cap. He was planning a prank when he walked past the housekeeper from behind. He took out the pen cap and lightly sprinkled the peach fuzz. The housekeeper was allergic to peach fuzz and coughed violently. The housekeeper couldn't figure out why she was coughing. She had to go to the hospital to see a doctor. Little did she know, she had fallen right into the family's scheme. Sure enough, the boy's driver father secretly filmed the housekeeper at the hospital from a corner with his phone. The next day, he deliberately showed the photo to the lady of the house. He lied, claiming the housekeeper had tuberculosis and was hiding her illness. The lady was skeptical at first. She thought it might just be a common cold. Seizing the opportunity, the father sent his daughter a text message. It said the lady would be home in 3 minutes. Seeing this, the daughter, who was the tutor, immediately understood. She quickly pulled a prepared peach from her backpack. Then she scattered the peach fuzz on the housekeeper who was working. And precisely because of this, when the lady returned home, she just happened to see the housekeeper having a violent coughing fit. But the father's scheme wasn't over yet. When the housekeeper frantically rushed into the bathroom, the father quickly ran to the trash can. He seized the chance to squeeze ketchup onto the tissue the housekeeper had thrown away. Then he pretended to be shocked as he pulled the tissue covered in blood from the trash. Seeing this, the lady covered her face in horror. Determined to protect her family's health, she decided to fire the housekeeper who had worked for her for years. And so, the family's wicked plan succeeded. Afterwards, the father, who was the driver, took the chance to recommend a new housekeeper to the lady. Little did she know, this person was actually his wife. And so, through despicable means, this family secured the positions of the wealthy household's original servants. They began living a parasitic lifestyle, but they weren't satisfied with that. The next day, the wealthy family went out camping. They indulged freely inside the mansion. Not only did they bathe in the tub, they also rolled around on the master's bed. They even took out all the food and wine to enjoy. At that moment, they acted as if they owned the mansion. But just as the family was reveling, the doorbell suddenly rang. Standing at the door was the housekeeper they had fired. She said she had left in too much of a hurry that day and hadn't taken all her belongings. Seeing the housekeeper's pitiful look, the mother didn't think much of it. She opened the door for her and told her to leave quickly after getting her things. But this action led them to discover the housekeeper's shocking secret. As soon as she entered, the housekeeper nervously ran down to the basement. But a long time passed and the housekeeper didn't come back up. To find out what the housekeeper was doing, the mother decided to go down and see. Who could have guessed that when she went down, she discovered something hidden there. After turning who knows how many corners, she finally saw the housekeeper from before. The man before her was the housekeeper's husband. He had committed murder years ago and had nowhere to hide, so the housekeeper had hidden him in the basement. She had been feeding him with leftovers all this time. After seeing this scene, the mother immediately wanted to call the police. The former housekeeper desperately pleaded. She even offered them money, begging them not to tell anyone.